right? Credit hour 3. If 4, then one lab will be there. There is no lab. I plan to, if you people are coming, more people are here, we can go to site. Your number of site visits we can have this time. I plan following the SOP, like we go for companies. We try to arrange with the help of engineers, chartered engineers, and then our IABs. I plan to arrange for one site visit because this module has only theory and calculation. There is no laboratory for you to learn. When I go to laboratory also, the tabletop model, I am not confident in showing the real differences. I cannot get it. I tried once the torsion apparatus in the lab, mechanical lab, but not really working well to realize the difference, realize the deformation. Hence, you have to go to the site to learn. For this, if you are here, more people are coming, at least 50%, you are 23. I need at least 10, 13 or 15 students to join the visit, then we can arrange. See, the basic prerequisites is engineering dynamics. Herein, again, synopsis. Rationale is the overall peripheral idea of this module. Synopsis in detail, objectives, it has objectives, specific objectives achieved. You must know how to calculate stress, strain, deformation, elastic bodies for the elastic bodies, for the axial load, for the torsion, for the bending, and for transverse shear, right? Transverse shear and also bending. Due to point force, all types of loading, force is equivalent to load, right? Sometimes the force is just called as load colloquially. When you go to site, they use load, no more force. So either point or distributed, either this distributed also uniformly or varying. And then temperature, I have to ignore this one. Later I will remove this in the, no, I put it red. I'm not going to teach you this one. This is purely thermodynamics, which is covered by mechanical engineering. I will not give you any exercise on changing in temperature. How the material behaves due to temperature change. Annealing, type of annealing, hardening, all will be important for mechanical engineer who is developing the machines, who is working on the components, erection, building of the machines. So I don't do this one until this part. Different types of loading, their failures, and their design. Actually, this has to be changed to design. Later in my TCRC I will mention, right? Okay, analytical. Here it has analytical and problem solving. What do you mean by analytical? Analytical. A plus B equal to C, right? Or the pi r squared, pi RL. All these things are known, well-known formula with the standard formulas are there. There are standard formulas which you can use. We can analyze. That's why it's called analytical problems. And then the problem solving. Calculations, some types of calculations. Again, lecture. I actually change these hours because you may have to go for equal lecture and tutorial. If I teach you for 3 hours, you must do calculation for 3 hours. Then only you have a clear concept on this. You familiarize with the concept and the analysis, stress analysis problem under each category. That's why I put this one. Actually, I added tutorial. You have to have tutorial session as well. My class will be 1 class theory, 1 class tutorial, right? So be prepared. Or every class, it depends on how fast I finish. If I finish in half a class, then half a class will be calculation for you. Come prepared with calculators, graph paper. Graph paper, you need only 1 chapter. But if necessary, we can go for graphical analysis for stress strain, the 4th chapter also, right? We will decide, but have all these accessories, stationaries with you always. Come on, CLO. What is CLO? Course learning outcome. Maybe this CLO I'll cover with the slides. Or I do it here, it's no problem. Right. Let me open the slides also. I may compare with this. Okay, do it here. Come on, you have 5 CLO. Please remember, you have 5 CLO. These 5 CLO are covered by all PLO2. Program learning outcome. Program learning outcome is nothing but what is the achievement at the end of this course, right? End of this course, what is the achievement and how this is related to the program. The PLO2 is referring to analysis, all types of analysis that you want will be undergoing, right? There is, although there is a design, it's a very simple design only, right? Now it's I explain you the difference between analysis and design. Analysis means you come out with how much is the stress in it, how much force is acting per unit area, per given area, per cross section, per surface area, right? And then the same stress, if you using this all this information, if you design, the design is nothing but you come out with the size of the beam, right? Depth of the beam, cross section of the beam, cross section of the column, safety factor. All these things are called parameters of design. You go one more step based on these parameters analysis results. You will go for one more step to design. The design is just to find out the size, diameter, cross section, and so on. Okay, that's why this module is called stress analysis and design. You are not doing actual design, please understand. You just come out with the parameter of a particular component, particular member. But detailed design you will do it in RCC. Please do that subject very well. If you want to really become a civil engineer, start up with become a register as a contractor, register as a grade 1, grade 2 contractors or subcontractors or startup company, you must be thorough of this subject and also followed by RCC, reinforced cement concrete. That subject is most important for you, and this is the basis. Okay, in RCC you will actually design the member, wherein detailing, design and detailing, the name is called design and detailing. You will come out with number of bars, spacing, size, primary bars, secondary bars, one way or two way. All the design details will be dealt in reinforced cement concrete, which is RCC. It is important for you in the future, but this forms the basis for learning that module. Come on. Having said, only analysis, a bit of design will be there, and that too here. I think this one, chapter 4 has a design. Wait, 4 or 5? Forgotten. I think 4, around 4. After you do this analysis, you will get a design. We'll see in the chapters, right? Although it is not a main objective, right? We'll give some tests. I mean, a rare question. A small portion of design will be conducted here. Come on. Next is the knowledge profile. Again, this is saying about WK3 and WK4. These two gives you the level of learning, depth of learning, depth of analysis. And this is complex problem solving. Complex problem solving, WP1. I don't know whether I have it here. But anyway, it's again saying about when you want to analyze, you must go for a detailed analysis, in-depth analysis in this course. So this PLO2 is mapped to WP1, which says about in-depth study, in-depth analysis and reporting. Okay, coming to this one by one we'll go through. Hope you horizontally understand what is going to be. All are same, almost same. What is C4? What is C4? You studied the Bloom's taxonomy, domains, no, OBE, outcome-based education. Outcome-based education. You learn, right? In that, you would have come across with the hot domain, the triangle. Okay, if not remembering, just I give you the, it's here already. See, this subject has, there are 3 modes of learning: cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. The students will learn by getting knowledge, right? What if this is increasing, this is decreasing, what is the profile, what is the result, right? That is knowledge. The relationship between 2 parameters, right? And relationship between the different methods, different varieties, different sections, right? All these things are called knowledge you are getting. And then psychomotor, you go to lab, you do psychomotor. Lab, you only take the things, components, apparatus, and then you assemble, you do it, test it, all psychomotor. When the physical body is involved, only mind means cognitive. Physical body, especially laboratory, project work. These 2 are psychomotor. You do physically involved. Affective domain means mostly environmental. If more waste, you react to that, right? There is a problem of phase pollution, right? Phase pollution, air pollution, subsequently air pollution, and so on, right? When you react to the sequence, the flood events, and then accident in structures, mostly accidents, falling from height, right? All these things are affective. When your report is a reaction to the phenomena like this, it's called affective. You write or reflect on the own opinion, own understanding, then it's called affective. Okay, our engineering problem mostly comes around revolving around cognitive and psychomotor. Okay, but because you don't have lab here, you only have cognitive, C4 and C5. C4 is, what is C4? What is C4? What is C4? No idea. Okay, 22 join. One more. I'm waiting for one more. Okay, cognitive C4. I repeat. There are these levels. Cognitive levels: C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. Cognitive level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. C1, C2. C1 is knowledge. C2 is understanding, comprehension. You should be able to comprehend, describe. Right. First, you get the knowledge, understand, and then comprehend, write essay, describe. Third, analyze. Fourth, you do create, right? Analyze and then create and then evaluate. Finally, evaluate. Okay, I repeat once again: knowledge, understanding, analysis, design. Design is also there. After analysis, you design, and then create and evaluate. So this is how the process of learning takes place. In this case, yours is fully analysis, right? So it falls under C4. Okay, falls under C4. C5 is create. Here there is a bit of design is there. That is what create coming in. Although it is not much, they put it as C5. In this case also there is a design. You will design the section, come out with the suitable section for the given buckling effect, column effect. Okay, and that's why these two are having a bit of design. That's why it has create the C5. C4 is analysis. Okay. Any questions so far?
No question.
No question. Am I going fast? Bit.
No. Okay.
Tien Super is here. Tien Super, can you understand, follow? Am I going fast? Tien Super, am I going fast? You slept already? Switch on, log in, relax. Tien, he is always online, very active guy. I don't know, he's not responding in the class. Is he messaging? Oh, good. Okay, I also hereafter I don't talk like this only. No response. You unmute and talk, okay? Right. Come on, continue with this. We are here. So yours is analyze and design. A bit of a design is there. Create. The term is create. I don't know. Sometimes they write here all the levels. It's not here. Doesn't matter. But understand that this is yours is analyze and design. I don't give any kind of descriptive, right? Essay will come in C2. You're doing it in year 2, semester 1, or before the modules, first year, like that. Construction technology, all descriptive. Here, no descriptive. You got the knowledge. Now you're going to analyze at the level of analyze, right? Come on. Start from here. CL1 is analyze axial loading, normal stress, shear stress, bending stress, bearing stress, in bearings, that's why bearing stress, and strain in engineering design. Okay, so all these types of stress, initially the types of stresses, understanding stresses, all this thing will be dealt here. Again, C4. Second part is, this is for a common one, all types of members will be covered. Here, after studying the basics, the types of stresses, you will go into a special topic. Actually, I plan to cover, after this, I plan to cover this one, Once you learn the stresses, you can design first. And then the second type, typical one, is torsion. Totally different, right? You know, force moment, right? Torsion is totally different. For rotating, totally different type of behavior of the member. So this is torsion, all about the torsion. What happens to a rotating body, right? What will happen to the moving body? These are all static bodies and rare moving. And then this one, bodies and members in moving, always continuously loaded, cranes and so on, right? For in your case, cranes, car, engine, gearbox, and then all types of turbines, all these things are in moving, right? With mechanical part, which is subjected to wear and tear, right? So all these things will be dealt here. And then this part is purely on bending. Bending, finding the bending moment, bending stress. Bending moment you already done in your dynamics. Now you're going to find the bending stress to design the member. And then determine the biaxial stress system. Here it's very peculiar, it's a special topic. We studied already stress, moments, stress, moment. We also designed, the subject is over with this. But there is another special thing. We are slowly getting to three-dimensional analysis. Three-dimensional analysis. All these things are 1D, one direction, 1D or 2. Even vertical loads, if you consider vertical loads also, okay, hardly 1D or 2D. But this one, you can do this method, apply this method for three-dimensional analysis over a plane surface, right? But in this course, I consider Z equal to 0. Third dimension is 0. Again, I do a plane stress. That means the surface is on the floor, surface is on the ground. I do only two-dimensional X and Y, wherein you will find a new method of analysis. So far using equations. Here, no need of equation, although they also have an equation. You can solve these bending moment, shear, and the stresses. The corresponding design can be made by using a graphical analysis, right? That is called Mohr circle. So this is a typical one, Mohr circle, which our engineers commonly apply for knowing the changes in stress or status of stress and strain at different conditions of working of any member or machines or component parts. Okay. Lastly, columns. This is important for civil engineer. Okay. Which country you are from? Sudan. Somalia. You? Somalia. Okay. But we take the example of Saudi Arabia, right? Saudi Arabia and all this Middle East structure, Middle East, China, all are fighting for building the highest, right? Who is building the tallest, right? It was a war way back in the end of last century. There was a fight, right? At the end, we come out with Burj Khalifa for the first time, right? And then followed by many China buildings, construction. China was the top one in tourism, right? Early this century, they were the top. When we talk about the tall buildings, how this is raised? By columns, right? Columns are important. Columns are giving you the height, isn't it? Right? That's why there's a separate chapter for columns, its behavior, how, the failures, wherein you also analyze and design. The part of design is there. Two types of design, either you do by equation or using codes. I will give you the pages of the codes for now. For the complete text, you may have to refer online or library. Okay, library has a copy. But for your exam, I just copy the pages only. Right. So design, part of design is there. Again, W2, PLO2 analysis. It's here repeated. Problem analysis, written tests and assignments. Very simple subject, very easy subject for information. If you understand, it's easy, right? And you practice. Practice makes you perfect and quick, right? Assessments, only two. There are 3 internal assessment and 1 final exam. Test 1, test 2, assignment and presentation. Maybe assignment, I will decide whether presentation to be included or not. Last time there was less response in the class, but although they are doing well, they are lazy. I don't know, they are lazy or timid or what kind of. Maybe they feel okay, we can do ourselves, like something like that, some kind of attitude. I can't get half of the class replying. Half of the class is always silent. That's why I added this presentation. They have to do the calculation, but it was wonderful. Huh? Some students really did very well. They do the calculation, submit, and also they present like I'm presenting to you every class. They will go through the calculations for following the procedure. There are steps I'm going to teach you. Follow the steps, starting from given data, free body diagram, everything they follow. They explain for 2 minutes. I forgot. I think 2 minutes. I think they just go through 2 minutes, submit. 1 or 2 questions I gave them. It's like that. I will decide. Let me give me another 2-3 weeks. Then I confirm you whether presentation to be there or not. Otherwise, just do the assignment work only. No problem. Covering. What are the things covering? Important. Test 1 and 2. CLO 1 and 2.
Miss,
Yes.
why test 1 is only 10% while test 2 20%?
1 moment. I will answer you. What's the question?
Usually, at first we take CLO1 and then we take CLO3.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, right? But if this is logical, but let me follow the same thing as it is. But it's good always you follow. I try to cover anyway. All the 3 are covered by the test 1, I think. It's only CLO. Chapter is different. Each CLO may have 1 or 2 chapters. Okay, come on. Here, coming to the question of this one. Okay, I give you 10% because very first time you're taking the course. Within 6 weeks, I really don't like this test 1 to be conducted. It's better to have more classes, more training than you have tests. That's why I reduce the percentage here, right? And then when you come to this one, and then last time it was a practice. If you want, we can change it now. I give only objectives here, no calculations. Objective types, concepts, right? Objective types. Just choose so that number 1, you can finish the test on time, and then you will get the mark on the same day. Just online grading. Objective type, online grading. That will help you to learn the theory very well. You are stronger. Your foundation is stronger then. That's why I given 10 marks. And this 20% will have 5 questions objective, 5 questions calculations. Like that. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah. 10 small questions only, not big question. Small questions, a part of the question, part of the big question. Because it's a test, right? I don't give big question in the test. Small questions, two sections, 1 section, like that. 5 calculations and 5 objective. That is how test 2 will be. No ABC. Totally different. Test 2 pattern is different. Each question only, no ABC. Is it clear? Shall we follow the same way? Who asked me the question? I didn't follow.
Yes, miss, yes.
Yes, but very tedious. You have to prepare well daily. You have to study daily the portions I'm teaching. The questions all I take from the same slide that I'm teaching you. Must be thorough of the concept, right? As you go on, it may be a bit confusing, the chapters, okay? Unless you study every day, you will not have clear-cut. You cannot distinguish between chapter 1 and chapter 2. Sometimes it is repeating, feel like repeating. But when you study, when you have a regular habit of studies, I'm sure you're able to do it. If not, once in a while, like when the time of exam, I'm sitting very hard. I cannot help you, right? So objective time, 10%, and then we have 10 questions of objective type for the test 1, all from the slides, and the chapters are CLO 1 and 2, and then test 2, 3 and 4. Final exam, all assignment up to 3. I give set of questions like the one I said. If you are going to add presentation, I will reduce the number of questions. Otherwise, like 10 questions I will give, solve and submit. But I feel boring to mark such paper. Same number, same number. I really feel boring to mark. and I'm worried whether you do it yourself or just copy paste. All these things are there. That is why I ask you to present. When you present, I can understand how much you got it, right? Let's see this part. Hold on, give me a few days. I want to understand you first, right? The course has 4 assessments already done. These are the things that just now I explained to you, right? Let it be like this for now. Are you clear with the assessment? 4 assessment, test 1, test 2, assignment, and final exam. And then it is all depending on you. Last time the students very cooperative. They are not very late, very good students. Like that, you should also please follow the timing. I am planning to do all the internals by week 10 itself, hardly week 12. Hardly week 12. And then because I see people are very busy towards the end with many assessment. For us also marking, you may not believe, 2 weeks continuous assessment. All personal, everything aside. Continuously we are marking. I don't want to go for that. Please follow the timing, and then we try to finish before week 12. You should be getting all the assessment by week 12, finishing all the assessment, so that I have at least 1 or 2 weeks to mark. Okay, with that test, no problem. Assignment, you need to submit on time so that we can mark and release your mark early. That is important. Follow the timeline, right? I plan to finish all the internals by week 12, please. These timings are subject to change. Roughly I put down, but I plan to finish by week 12 itself. Maybe the feedback. I cannot even give feedback last time towards the end, you see. So feedback is important. Most of the students, they know or they do not know. With that, they fail in doing the final exam as well. The same type of mistakes are there in final exams. You should get your feedback, right? And then CLO 1 already done. Okay. CLO map to PLO, and then PLO to PO, educational objectives, which is done after your graduation, after 2-3 years after your graduation. That you don't worry about now. Okay, coming to the chapters, you have 7 chapters. You have 7 chapters. Number 1, concept of stress, all about stress. Understanding stress, calculation of stress, types of stress will be there. Stress and strain, next component, strain, and then the relationship between stress and strain, profiles, true strain. Also we will calculate. If you have time, we also do the true strain, which is most important for engineers to know, and the corresponding failures, different critical points, right? Critical points on the stress strain curve, Saint-Bernard equations, and the principal stress we do it later, but I just introduce here. Calculation of principal stress we do it later, and then both elastic and plastic limit will be discussed. Also calculation follows the same. Torsion with mostly I give for what do you call the horizontal members. Torsion in horizontal members, easy for calculations. Again, torsion is the most important topic for mechanical engineer. The only important, we should do beams and columns and members, which is in action, which is in rotating, which is in operation, continuously moving, all are related to mechanical. But still you have to also know, right? What if you are using a crane, if you are using a machine, mixture machine, right? You must know. That's why this chapter is coming in. I'll make it light for you, this torsion and the shaft, mainly using shafts. Calculations related to shafts. Shafts in power generation, shafts in cars, shafts in motor engines, and so on. Okay. Design of beams and shafts for strength. Herein you study about all the types of bending, deflection, between deflection. Okay. The deflection is you will study fully in theory of structures. I don't give you more, or we don't analyze for deflection. Please bear in mind. Wherever you go through deflection topic, exclude it. That is covered in your theory of structures fully, right? And here you just understand the relationship only. I give you the relationship, but you are supposed to do all types of loading, corresponding bending, corresponding shear forces, and so on. I don't teach you deflection. Deflection is already covered in theory of structure. Okay, if I mix up, I'm sure you will get confused because all the different types of deformation, but you should be able to distinguish between these stages. Okay, transverse loading, right? Separate again, it's type of a bending. How the member begins for the transverse loading. This chapter, half of the chapter is fully covered by engineering dynamics already, wherein you have a member continuous beam, right? You have continuous beam studied already, right? How to analyze a plot shear force and bending moment diagram for continuous beam, correct? Like fixed, continued by freeze, or continuously fixed support, all fixed support, fixed roller, simply, right? Like that. So different types of beams, beam analysis. This member all about bending moment, computing the bending moment, and then designing the section. That's what I said before. Typical all about the planes, analyzing a plane surface, plane stress. Plane stress means should be following the plane surface, not the fully three-dimensional member. You take the slice of a member. If you take the aeroplane, it may be a window. It may be a window, thin member, right? It may be a window. It may be a door. It may be a wall, right? How the stress distribution is on the wall, right? Due to wind load, due to snow load, right? How the stress distribution on the surface of the plane. Then it comes under a plane stress analysis or plane surface analysis. The names of the stresses are called principal stresses, right? Because we consider shear force 0, right? And that is why it's called principal stresses. We will analyze it later, but this one we use fully graphical analysis. Okay. Here columns. Yeah, like you do foundation, foundation pile foundation. The pile which is standing on ground is called a column, right? That's why the word stability. Hey, you did a geotechnical paper? Any geotechnical paper before? Currently taking, no geotechnical so far. Soil mechanics you took, right? You did some kind of stability analysis, right? Foundation, not yet, huh? Okay. When you go for foundation study also, you do this type of stability analysis, and then structural stability against the all types of load. If it is a bridge, if it is a column in the water, right? In water, in sea, in marine structure, you have to analyze for hydraulical behavior as well, right? Here, stability of structure, Euler's equations for column. Yeah, different types of supports will have different types of chords. We will see later on. There are numbers that are derived by Euler's to directly substitute in your analysis. We will provide you the numbers if asked in the exam. You don't have to remember, but understand there is a variation in Euler's number depending on the support condition. Right. Again, this is okay. All of you know that the members that we are using for beams and columns, the cross sections are varying, right? Can you give me examples of cross section that you studied in moment of inertia used, right? Different sections you found moment of inertia, centroid, center of gravity, right? Can you give me examples of different sections that you studied? Rectangular section, beams or columns. The cross section may be of I section, T section, right? L section. You know, moment of inertia. Recall, moment of inertia. For determining moment of inertia, you might be given the question, giving you given the I section or T section, L section, because they are behaving different way. I section symmetric, right? It is, I section may be symmetric or asymmetric, right? If the correct, you had calculated moment of inertia, right? The flange may be even, then symmetric. The neutral axis will fall in the middle. If T section, the neutral axis shifted up because the inertia is more at the top, isn't it? Okay. Where we are? Column. So the columns maybe steel, concrete, RCC, any type, right? Any type for that matter. The cross section again varies. Mostly circular, mostly circular. There is another analysis, an interesting analysis. Why we always prefer circular member, but I don't go into that calculation now. But if you go to steel structure, it may be I section, right? T section, and then different types of L section depending on the orientation, the connectivity, right? The fixing, the sectional member will be varying. That's why this chapter will be having different types of section and the corresponding stability analysis. Okay, we'll do it for the different types of loading, right? Now I actually changed it this time. Last time it was only lecture, no use, no only lecture. Tutorial, equally I have to give calculations so that you get confidence in solving, understanding the concepts. Then assignment, you spend all these hours, totally it is 3 hours, 3 credits, because total hour you spend is 130. Do anyone understand this table? Although it's not important, better I tell you, because students fail to do this. It says, actually I didn't give you correctly, I put exactly. Okay, forget about this. According to Bloom's taxonomy, of learning and knowledge, obtaining knowledge, you have to 1 hour of lecture. You have to prepare at least 2 hours. Student contribution should be 2 hours. 1 hour lecture you have to do 2 hours. Practically it is not possible, right? Or at least spend half an hour each day for one subject at least. 6 days, 6 subjects if you're taken. Spend 1 day, 1/2 an hour every day at least, so that you remember things, right? You can recall and answer correctly, get good grades, right? That is our ultimate aim. So do continuous study accordingly. This is given 22. Actually I didn't put the different number. I have to double this by 22, 40 like that. It will be more. Do at least equal hours. And assignment, you only do it. I don't teach. So there is no face-to-face, only 4 hours you spend for assignment. Test, 3 hours, 2 tests. So you prepare for 9 hours, including writing time. Final exam, 3 hours. Prepare for 3 hours. Revision, no preparation, revision. Having done all this, you should be ready for tests, for examination. So do revision only during this period. Unfortunately, you also don't get time. Normally there is a study period. You students are not getting it. Hence, study from the beginning. There is no study class, study time, or this time also they're going to shorten the semester, please. Like 14 weeks, like this the last time, very excused one, right? Immediately you had an exam, right? Like that. So be prepared, start preparing from the beginning. Okay, we move on. The textbook is given, references are given. Some more references I have also given in the slides. PLO1, these are all about OBE. Okay, just now I told you we relate to problem analysis. This module is related to problem analysis. Knowledge you already got in construction technology, soil mechanics, right? And then I don't remember all papers, but all these papers are helpful to you to do analysis now, right? That's all I think from the introduction of the course. Any doubt? Why one left? 22 was there before. One student left. Who is that? Right. I thought one going to join. 23 should be there. 22 only joined last time. Now 21. Let me open the file. Number 1, this one, introduction. It's exactly what I said just now. I just quickly passed through the slide because any question so far? Introduction part. OBE, come on, everyone remember this point, outcome-based education. Focus focuses on what students can actually do after they are taught and expect all learners to successfully achieve particular level of knowledge and abilities. Okay. In one word, it's a tool to check what you achieve. It's a tool to check what you achieve at the end of the day. So far, it is teacher-based, subject-based, right? I have to cover the subject. Somehow I push teach all the subject. You learn or not, I have to finish the subject. Maybe you take your lifetime itself or this semester or whole program to learn that subject. That was the case before. Now, outcome-based is based on the student-centered, how much you learn, what you achieve, right? So be careful and do some potential outcome, right? Based on that, the curriculum is developed, assessment is developed, assessment is set, and the evaluation also based on that. That is called outcome-based, right? It's a tool to check how much you achieve at the end of the day. In a nutshell, outcome-based education can also be taught. It is not what we want to teach, but more importantly, it is what the student should learn, what the company required, what the demand in the company, what the students should learn. Okay, remember these points. Maybe more. We have got 3 years, right? Another 1 year we'll get OBE visit, EAC visit. Maybe next year they will start. Mid of next year they will start. By next 3rd year we will have EAC visit. At that time you must be able to answer. That's why I touch upon this point. OBE, what is OBE? Remember this thing. Outcome-based education. Rather than what we teach, it is what you achieve, right? What students should learn, what the companies demand, industries demand. Right? These are all the things you read yourself. I think I already covered in your syllabus. PLO 12, PLO we have to cover according to OBE, and we are here. This module falls under this. I shared, right? What OBE? Nobody said. Maybe they are thinking I'm still in the page. Word file. Please check, Ali. Share already? Okay. It's not going up. Why is share from the pen drive? No. Okay. Let me move on. So OBE is here. I define OBE. It's already there in the slide. You can read through and refer around the EAC time. And these are the program learning outcome we already done. And we are here. This module covers problem analysis. All the CLO and the corresponding cognitive levels are also defined here. The repetition from the course outline, just now we did it. And today's class is arranged like this. Outcome-based situation, syllabus content I already cover. Teaching plan I'm going to do. I think teaching plan also we can do in a while, because I just follow the chapters. If necessary, we will make a little bit adjustment. And then assessment. And then I have done all these things. Introduction to structural analysis and design. Not SAD, not to be said. It is structural analysis and design. Review on solids, statics and dynamics. Concepts of stress, strain and equilibrium and compatibility. Example calculations and quiz. That's how I arranged today. Let me see whether I can cover all of them. Otherwise, we'll continue in the next class. Come on. 7 chapters. In topic wise, if I put these 7 chapters, this is the topic. If you go for any text, alternate websites to refer or read more, please follow this one. And in my course, please understand, I didn't prepare any handout. I request you to go through. One moment, I put the charge. I request you to go through the textbook. Nowadays is available online. The textbook is available online, right? Because available online, it is overcome the royalty. The royalty is free. It is free version. Can you please connect that? Down. Thank you. Right. The 7 topics you can follow for your learning, right? And then for handout, reading more theory, more understanding, you can obtain by the textbook. I will provide you. Huh? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. One version of this textbook that I have given in the course outline is available online. I will also share with you in Teams. You can download and use it. I provide both textbook and solution manual so that you can read from there. Okay, following these topics. Don't go for all topics. Maybe 2 or 3 topics to be excluded from that book. Okay, I don't exactly follow the textbook, but this content is prepared by our professors before. So we follow exactly this one. But you are reading, you are learning. You have to follow every day from the textbook that I'm giving. Okay, the soft copy I give. If you want, you can print. Hibbeler, the Hibbeler publication, I will give you. Read from there for your learning. Calculations also you can work out and check with the solution manual. I provide both of them. I think you can also download. It's freely available. Maybe the copyright is ended. They put it online. You can use it, right? And that's how the program will go. I didn't prepare any separate notes. You can follow the slides, right? I will provide all the information, the basics, concepts in the slides as well. Okay, when you go for alternate text out of your interest, if you want to read, please follow these steps, these topics. Number 1, stress strain equilibrium compatibility, uniaxial stress and strain problems, torsion, bending of beams, stresses, and then design, transverse shear stress in beams, biaxial stress and strain system, principal stresses, we can also say principal stresses, stress transformation using Mohr circle, buckling of columns and struts. I don't do struts, only the columns. When you do this, I'm sure you can also adapt this one. We do only columns, buckling of columns. Okay. These chapters I already gone through with you just now with the what do you call the word file. You please go through that. This is the one I told you. I can provide you this textbook. I don't know why you cannot zoom it. Some problem with this. Oh, it's already there. Okay, right? You can see. Is it shared?
Yeah.
One moment, I share again. Maybe I. Okay. Okay. I have given some references, but I don't know so many texts nowadays available online. Don't worry. But don't go for many readings. Sometimes there are Irani's data which may mislead you, right? So follow one text, Hibbeler. On top, these are the things that you can follow. Got right? You have shared? Okay. A recent version like 2019 and 17 and 15, all these authors. Each one is good in each chapter. I will tell you when I go through the chapters, but this one is always the standard and best one. Okay, I just repeated here. Okay, it's not stable. Sorry, let me remove this one. Actually, I plan to give you the 9th version here. Also, okay. Now we got 10th version already. Right. Got it done? Got it? If miss, please caution me. Type of assessment. We follow week 6 for test 1, week 10 for test 2. Please follow. Don't give any excuse. Attend without fail. These are all cumulative. And one more thing, it is calculation. It is calculation, mostly of calculation. Final exam, fully of calculation. I don't give any theory. All the theories are covered in test 1 itself and some part in test 2 itself. Because calculation, you have to switch on, right? That's why it's not stable. And thank you so much. Because calculation, a student tend to make mistake. They think that they finish all the calculations, and then it's two worse. You make mistake in one step, the following steps also wrong. I cannot give mark. Okay, be careful in doing the calculations on time. Check once again to get full mark. Because of that, I request you to start study from the beginning. Do every class also. Half class I teach, half class I ask you to work out. You must do it. Switch on camera. Last time the students, some of the mostly they cooperated. They switch on camera, they work out. You have to do that way. Final exam and all chapters. Presentation. If there is a presentation, I do within this week. Okay. Let's start with the class. Any questions so far? Any question? Okay.
Yes.
Hope, louder, please. I can't hear you.
Yeah, for the presentation. How actually I can't get it. Like.
You want to see one presentation of your senior? It's like this. They do the calculation. I will later show you. I will give you brief on each and every assignment before I do it. Right? I will give proper introduction. Don't worry. For now, assignment presentation is like this. You do the calculation. Either you take a video while you do the calculation. You have to say what are the given data, what is free body diagram, what are the assumption you make, what is the concept followed. I will show you some sample videos that students have done before. You say and work out. That is one way of doing. Otherwise, you completely work out, take photo and share the screen. You go through one by one and present it. Present the calculation.
Okay, doctor, thank you.
Because if you are here, I don't bother. I will go through and check who is doing what, where you fail and what is your problem. Because online, I don't know how much you understood, where you make mistake, right? And where it is complicating, all these things. I can see by presentation. And this presentation, moreover, this presentation, when you talk to people, when you present to people, gives you more confidence in the topic. Okay. And the questions are just, I will give you the choice of how you're going to choose the question. It is not all are getting the same question. Each one will be getting different. Okay. Right. Any more question related to the introduction of this topic? I'm here with this slide. I don't know, I cannot share. What happened to my slide? Maybe 1 minute. Let me close and open again. Too many open. Okay. If no question, I will continue. Still I cannot. What's happening? Right. Anyway. Yeah, not here. Yeah. I don't know. So many open. 1 minute. Let me close and open again. Too many times I open, and that's why I cannot zoom it. Sometimes the zoom is important if students are attending using phone. Okay, now it's clear. Okay, now it's only one. There is my PowerPoint. Okay. I posted these slides already. Okay, it is there in CN. You can take it. Always I post the slides in CN. Right. Now let's recall. Let's start with our subject. To recall mechanics. What is mechanics? Mechanics is the study of bodies under the action of forces. How the body behaves under the action of forces. There are three categories, three mechanisms involved. It is show between the material and the load that is going to support, isn't it? The main role play are between the load and the member. In defining the member first, right? In defining the member, we can say rigid bodies, deformable bodies, and fluids, right? We classify the bodies which are undergoing or the mechanism that we are going to learn for the types of bodies or rigid bodies, deformable bodies, and fluids. Rigid bodies, it may be statics, bodies at rest and constant velocity. Bodies at constant velocity. You can also create a static phenomenon with a varying, but that is a different story. Okay. For now, just understand statics means wherever it is at rest. The dam storage is called a static, but the outflow and inflow is a dynamic. A good example, if I say statics and dynamics, at the dam, the water is stored, huge amount of water is stored with heavy force onto the wall, onto the masonry, the dam structure. It is a static condition, it's assumed to be static condition. The velocities are ignorable compared to the other forces, but away from the dam and after some distance or outflow, right? After the dam, it is dynamics. So we cannot leave dynamics, or we cannot study statics alone or dynamics alone. They are going together, right? For engineers' convenience, learning purpose, we start with statics and then we move on to dynamics. Deformable bodies, rigid bodies, you understand, right? They can be static or dynamic, at rest or in motion, at rest or in motion. Let me take the laser pointer. Okay, and in motion. In motion is not just subjected to force, a bit higher than that, which is acceleration. Added to this temperature, right? That is too much. If temperature is also affecting the motion, then it is so much complicating. It comes under complex problem design. Deformable bodies, also we will look into rubber, plastics, polymers due to innovation. Nowadays the full building is itself is polymer, right? Using polymer, using wood, using bamboo, right? Innovation, due to innovation, due to economy, due to aesthetic, right? Due to efficient design, we all have tried many types of materials and they are all deformable. You should know, right? You should know what is the extent up to which you can load, what is the failure mode of a particular type of plastic that you use for your scaffolding, right? There are many accidents because of improper design, improper planning, right? To avoid all these things, you should be thorough for these structural analysis and the corresponding design, double check, right? Before implementation, go for proper workmanship. With that, you can achieve a successful building like all the standing buildings or examples worldwide. The success of our designers and engineers. Fluids. Again, we cannot design only solids. Sometimes a water tank. Your water tank structure is a fluid. The containment fluid is the water, right? Is a fluid. And then all the other structures, like oil refineries, right? Again, it's a steel structure, but having a liquid inside. You have to know both. You cannot say I'm structural engineer, I don't want to do fluids, right? But fluids and structure, they are same. Both are having statics and dynamics. Analysis also more or less same. Only thing the behavior varies. Fluid is incompressible, but this is compressible, right? Solids are compressible. Fluids are incompressible. It's a slight variation in properties, but both are the mode of analysis. Both are same. Okay, you cannot leave fluids. Once you know this, you can apply for fluids. In all, we follow the basic equation from F is equal to ma. Please remember the units. Don't make mistake in the units. 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram into 1. 1 kilogram into 10 newtons mg. And I explain here. F equal to ma. Mass is equal to force over acceleration. Different types of units you can follow. The relationship between kg and newtons, if you want, it may be 10 newtons equal to 1 kg because mg, right? mass into acceleration. If we take 1 kg times g is 9.8. 9.8 is already 10, right? So it will be 1 Newton equal to 10 kg. Want me to write down? I think I already explained here. I can write. I don't know whether I can write or not. I take pen. F is equal, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration, or g, g. Mass is in kg, and this is in 9.81, right? Or roughly it is 10 kg, right? Which is equal to 1 newtons. That is why 1 newton is equal to 10 kg, right? And then, okay, and this is very basic, and just to remember the difference, I mean the relationship between newtons and kg. Tons also important. How many tons 1 kg? Or how many kg is 1 ton? How many kg 1 ton? How many kg 1 ton?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Why is not erasing? Maybe old one. It's not erasing that part. Okay. So 1,000. Remember. See, you have seen the trucks and trolleys and vans, right? 5-ton lorry, 10-ton, 3-ton lorry, right? 3-ton lorry. When you see the containers and lorries, on the side it is written 5 tonners, 3 tonners, right? Thousands, 1,000 kg equal to 1 ton, right? It's all there. Remember these equivalents. Don't make mistake. Even 1 0 will have 1 0, right? We'll end up with wrong answers. Be careful. Now, I always advise students, actually I borrow from textbook these steps, but still okay lah, good for you to follow. Whenever you approach a problem, it may be of any problem. Maybe a shaft in rotation, or a foundation, piles, a slab supporting the 4 different files. What is the stress analysis? A column, design of a column, design of a member, beam, design of a T-section, design of a tank, water tank, of any type of structure you do. In all, you have to approach this way. Let me give you the 5 steps. When I ask you to do presentation also, please follow these 5 steps. You can approach this analysis problem by means of these 5 steps. Understand the strategy, do the modeling, do the analysis, actually develop the model, do the analysis, and reflect. You have to reflect. That is most important. That is where you are learning. What if it is reduced? It is increasing. What if another factor is added? Right? You must critically think. That to online education, you must think critically. When I say 1, you have to think critically what happens for the alternates. So reflect on the results. Don't say, okay, the question is asking how find the moment. I found moment. Okay, done. No, right? Then you should know what is the minimum, maximum, right? What if the section is increased? What happened to the moment? What happened to the shear stress, right? You must think alternatively, reflect on this. That is why students fail, you know. They don't get full mark because there is a last portion. C part will be justify, comment, reflect on the result, isn't it? It is all we are teaching in the class, giving you the notes. You must thoroughly learn and reflect on the possibilities. What if the diameter is double? What if the diameter is triple, halved, right? The column size is halved. What happened? Short column, change to short column, right? What happens in the analysis? So you should be able to reflect on the results you got, and then think always. Okay, these are the steps you need to follow. Okay, start from strategy. A simple one. The strategy has. It's like this. Pen. Okay, the strategy has all equations, the formula, the code books, nomograms, right? Data, all these things. Understand the data. Understand the parameter. See what are the parameters given. I tell you one thing. This is like mathematics. The clue for mathematics, solving mathematics, and don't say mathematics is difficult. If anybody, your friend, your brother, your sister, or anybody saying difficult, you tell them immediately. The answer is there in the question itself. To that extent, it is easier. Read the question twice, thrice. The answer is there in the question itself. Most of the answers are there in the question itself. Only thing you have to remember some, and nowadays we are providing you, in our time there is no formula sheet, except the very lengthy one. Very lengthy one they won't ask. But all short equations we have to remember. All these things we have to remember. But your time, we provide you formula sheet. So apply the formula, understand, and then apply, calculate, do the calculation. You have to know the parameters, know the relationship of the parameters. That is where taken place here. Do all the you started the data, given data, relationship equations, collect all these things. And then modeling, do the free body diagram, right? You all of you know what is free body diagram, right? What is free body diagram? Hmm? Huh? What is that? Wait, I asked the online student. I will ask you anytime. But these people I cannot capture. Chows, yeah, how? What is free body diagram? Quickly, very simple question. Share with me what is free body diagram. You are done for dynamics, isn't it? Chows, yeah, how? Anybody else? Don't worry, if I point, does not mean that you know, you do not know, right? Take it sportively and respond in the class. You will never forget in life. You can make mistake here because it's all your friends, right? And if I make mistake, also correct me. Be alert. Free body diagram, a diagram which has all the forces, reactions, right? Size, dimensions, everything is there. All the given data I put into a diagram, not to scale, right? The diagram which has all the loads, forces, stress, the direction of forces, reactions, loads, right? This is the startup diagram, right? Startup sketch for you, not to scale. You must have remember most of the students lost mark last time like this. Although I insisted many times, some of them just like that they do it. Whatever assignment I give you, is it maybe assignment, test, 1 or 2, or your oral presentation or your exam, please do the free body diagram. Okay, that is where you picturize yourself. You must be able to imagine. These fluids and structure are very difficult to learn if you can't imagine. You should have imagination power. I cannot bring you the big column and explain you, right? If I say this 10-meter column, you should be able to imagine. 100-meter span, you should be able to imagine, right? That's how you can realize, understand, and remember, right? After you do the free body diagram, you move on to the analysis part by applying equation or graph, or sometimes you can also use numerical method, and that you studied numerical method, approximation method, or matrix, solving matrix. That one you will do it in theory of structures. To do analyze the member not by graph, not by equation, by matrix. That is there in your theory of structure paper. And then reflect. Once you got the answer, you must look for the alternates. Study like that. You must look for the alternate. What if it is increase, decrease? What are the other alternates? And then think. Always apply experience and a physical intuition to assess whether the results seem reasonable. Yeah, that is most important. Although it is mentioned here or not, it is to be practiced from the beginning. You should have an idea, right? Having taken the small cross section, you should not get into so much tons, so much kilonewton, right? Having taken some 1 by 1 newtons, you end up with some kilonewtons, right? The answer in 1 kilonewton, some kilonewtons. It is very absurd, right? You should have a common sense. Apply your common sense. Double check, right? By mistake also, you would have added 1 0 or like that, isn't it? Double check whether your answer is correct or not. Have applied the common sense whether this answer can this, right? And if there are 2 sections given, compare between that. That's why you have to apply your intuition, common sense to check your answer at the end. With that, your problem is completed. Analysis, steps of analysis is completed. You are successful. Come on. Equilibrium of a body. Actually, I don't have to bring this stress, but easy to explain. Equilibrium of a body. Have you studied this stress analysis? For say stresses won't take moments, right? Just carries forces, right? Studied, right? Static and dynamic, you did it, right? Good. These type of stresses are very good example for understanding this equilibrium equation, right? It will carry either for compression or tension member, right? It may act as a compression and tension member, right? Any structure, right? It may be a truss, it may be column, beam, or two-dimensional structure, three-dimensional structure. We apply this equation. All vertical forces are equal to 0, all horizontal forces are equal to 0, all moments are equal to 0, right? With this concept, we analyze the structure. That means what? No failure, right? If I say no forces, no moments. Moments is moving, really moving, nearly deforming. Keep the English meaning. Moment is really moving. It may be either displacement or rotation. Okay. The structure, if I design my house, construct my house, it should be stable, right? Suddenly one earthquake coming, wind load, heavy wind load, or my house is in Netherlands, snowfall, heavy snowfall, right? Cannot bear, collapse, then it is no longer a stable or equilibrium condition. At equilibrium condition, that is a problem. That is a overload, right? So the 0 is referring to 0 failures. No extra force in horizontal direction or vertical direction, or rotating the force which is in response of moving or rotating the body. That is what the meaning of equilibrium equation. Having said, like I want to get 1 kg ice cream now. I said 1 kg ice cream, right? And then I do all the other things, right? So you set your goal. Set your goal is equilibrium condition, 0 failure. These are all reflect. Often I use the word equilibrium condition. It is nothing but no failure. Okay. Having set the criteria no failure, then analyze the member, find out what is extra, what is deforming, what is causing the failure. That's it. Okay. Now, in terms of directions, all of you know it can be analyzed in 1D, 1D, or 2D, or 3D, according to the forces acting. Last time it is a frame like this, all vertical. This time it may be a horizontal and vertical. So in that case, you may have to analyze in this way. Also three direction. If you could take this as X and this Y and this Z, you will have all types of forces and moments have to be analyzed to analyze the whole structure. In that case, it will be a 6 global equilibrium equation. And understand this concept. We quite often we use this one. Any question on this Pythagoras theorem? You remember, right? Anyway, I repeat it once again. We will use these trigonometrical things in the equations in our member analysis. Pythagoras theorem, which says if it is a triangle, right angle triangle, if it is a right angle triangle, and this is the angle made, or this can be the angle made, right? This is the angle made, and this side is opposite side, this is adjacent side because the angle is here, this is hypotenuse, right? And these are the equations governing. In your calculations, either theta will be given asking you to do this, or theta will be, you have to find out given the opposite side or adjacent side. Any of the parameter will be asked provided other dimensions are given to you, or 1 or 2 will be given. You may have to find the rest. And remember these points, right? If this is theta, cos theta, if you want to find opposite side, go for sin theta. If I want to find the hypotenuse, which one I'll go for? If I want to find the hypotenuse, how much is this unknown? Say this is unknown. Which one I'll go for?
Sin and cos.
Sin and cos. That equation is not given here, right? Right. You find out the tan theta first. Okay. Find out the tan theta first so that you will know the theta angle, right? If theta is given, fine. If not, find out the theta angle, and then square root of this, square of this plus this will give you the hypotenuse. Maybe I can write the equation if you don't remember. Square root of hypotenuse is equal to, that is equal to square root of opposite side by opposite side plus adjacent side. Okay, this is how you can write it. You can find out the unknown, right? So this is how you can find the answers. I repeat, if you want a hypotenuse, it will be square root of opposite side square plus adjacent square. And these are the things that can give you. If you want adjacent side, cos theta of hypotenuse will be the adjacent side. This side you need to know, right? You want this side, you just use this one. Opposite side, sin theta of hypotenuse will be opposite side, provided that theta is given to you. Okay, we will come across these equations. I hope you can use it. If anywhere not clear, maybe if basic or high level, any medium level, stop me immediately. Okay, because you have a group of people at different levels of learning and background, you should stop me. Don't worry. Okay, and don't come at the end of the day. I don't understand anything. No use for both. I keep saying you. So these are already done. For plane stress, you do only x and y. You check for all x forces, y forces, and moments. For space structure, 6 equation. Plane structure, you have 3 equations of equilibrium. Space structure, 6 equations of equilibrium. In this course, I do only plane frames. Okay, I just inform you what is determinant and indeterminate structure, but I am not going into these are all things dealt in theory of structures. Okay, determinate structure. We have time, right? Until what time? Our class? Oh God. Okay, quickly. The determinate and indeterminate. We can classify the type of structure based on this equation. If the equation is solved, all 0. Failure modes are 0, then it is called determinate structure, right? It means that the number of unknowns are equal to the number of equations here. Okay, normally in mathematics you should have equations equivalent to the number of unknowns, isn't it? Correct? Remember this point. If you want, if you have 2 unknowns, you must have 2 equations at least to solve. Correct? If you have 1 unknown, you can have 1 equation. 3 unknown, 3 equations. Like that, same principle. In line with that, in theory of structures also, we say it is a determinant structure when number of unknowns for the given problem is equivalent to number of equilibrium equations, which is 3 for plane structure. So whenever for the given case, whenever the unknown is more than 3, the structure is said to be indeterminate for the plane structure. For space, equal to 6. If the number of unknowns are more than 6, said to be indeterminate structure. Okay, and then just remember these points. That this is what written here. You can understand compatibility. You have to know one more word: compatibility. This is again used for theory of structure. It's about the deflection. Compatibility conditions are related to support conditions of the structure. Consider translation and rotation at the joints of the structure. Again, compatibility, one way of failure. The member should be compatible for the types of forces acting on it and the corresponding stresses produced in it. Okay, whenever there is an imbalance between these two, then it is said to be incompatible, right? Plastics cannot bear that much load, right? On the other hand, concrete have good compatibility. There are tables and chords which has all the values. I will provide you then and there whenever we do the calculation. But here the compatibility referring to material property, right? Material property, and then it can be calculated by means of translation and rotation, followed by the rotation. Translation and followed by the rotation. For this, you can check by these 3 equations: sigma A equal to 0, sigma B is equal, delta. Delta is deflection. Deflection at B should be 0. Deflection at A should be 0. Deflection means displacement. When there is a loading, the member will get shifted, right? That is called the displacement. So, and then theta, the angle produced. I repeat, can you see, right? But my diagram is going somewhere. Whenever there is a load acting on it, whenever there is a load acting on it, say here, or just say UDL, easy for you to understand the distribution. Imagine there is a UDL acting on it. Okay, UDL acting on it. Then UDL acting on it. Because of this, the member will bend like this, isn't it? This is called displacement. And the angle produced, you can calculate in terms of this also. Angle produced, this is equal to this, right? This angle is equal to eraser. This angle produced is equal to this one because on the same plane, right? So this angle and also the displacement value of the displacement from here to here, the value of the displacement from here to here, right? This is called deflection at B. This is called no deflection at A, so it will be 0. And then the angle produced, and this is the angle produced. What is the deflection angle? All these things have to be calculated and have to be 0. Means it is stable. No displacement, no angle produced, no deflected profile, isn't it? Okay. Later we will do it on the whiteboard. I will explain. Now, shall we stop here? Already time over. Okay. Next, we move on to external. I wanted to finish this one. Anyway, types of loading. Just read and come. Types of loading, an interesting video. The modes of failure I will show you. Okay, I stop here. Any question? Ali, you have any question? Your name? Fuad. Fuad, any question? No question, huh? Okay. I will post the slides and the next slide also I will post. The next class, hold on. And see, until it is updated in IIS or I officially notify you by CN and MS team, we follow the old timetable. Okay. But clashing with 3 modules. I don't know how they decided like this. Oh God. Right. I stop here. I repeat, by tomorrow I confirm you the time and the venue for the next class. Please follow that. Okay. See you next class.
Miss,
Yeah.
for the job technical material, because the lecturer say she won't change the timetable already, so we should drop it or not?
No need to drop and just keep it like this. By the time of wait until the add and drop period. Don't drop yourself.
So how are I going to attend?
The clashing one.
Yeah,
We need at least one more day to settle this, please, because they
okay,
are taking the number of students getting clash. Based on that, they will decide which one to be given preference.
Okay, noted.
Just give us another one day to settle this matter. Which then you'll know which one to drop and which one to consider or change of timetable. Okay. For you, only one module or 2 modules clashing? For you, on the Wednesday time, 3 to 5:30, 1 or 2 modules, 3 modules. Oh, no. But just now, one student said the other teacher already changed. Geotechnical, they change. Change or not? Not yet. Just see the messages. Just now, one student said other lecturer changed his study. Which module?